Daily Pink Slip.
From taping a student's mouth shut to sleeping with a 12-year-old boy, we're counting down the 10 worst female teachers in the world. Prepare to be outraged. Number 10, Alexandria Vera. This is your typical ultra-hot teacher had sex with student scenario. This 24-year-old 8th grade English teacher decided that it would be appropriate to start up a full-fledged relationship with one of her 13-year-old students. What's even more strange is that the boy's family was supportive of the relationship. Eventually, she got pregnant and the police began an investigation. At that point, Vera decided to have an abortion. You know, because she had to get rid of the evidence. She was placed on administrative leave from her teaching position, read, fired, and she turned herself in. She faces 25 to 99 years in prison for felony sexual abuse charges. Number 9, Mary Hastings. This 63-year-old teacher decided the best way to deal with insubordination was by repeatedly hitting one of her students in the head until she no longer had a career. And because we live in the future where everybody has the ability to record video, here it is.
Because you're stopping them from graduating, you idiot ass! Why you did that? Why you did that?
Yep, you heard that right. She just called him an idiot ass.
You idiot ass! You idiot ass!
Number 8, a middle school teacher in Miramar, Florida got in trouble for choosing an unorthodox method to quiet a student by putting tape over the 13-year-old girl's mouth. After the first piece was applied, the student removed it and another piece was put in its place by the teacher. The most interesting thing I found was how often this happens. Seriously, do a quick Google search and you'll see that this happens almost every single year, multiple times. Pretty fucked up. Number 7, Dru Dehart. Instead of detention or sending the student to the principal's office, this teacher decided to try something different. She had 6 8th grade boys beat up a 7th grade student who had been giving her problems. But, you know, you can't do that. And if you do, you're an asshole. So this entire attack was caught on the school's security cameras and, yep, she was fired. And apparently this classless woman never even apologized for ordering an attack on a child. Number 6, Kay Letourneau. This former school teacher began a sexual relationship with a 12-year-old, that's right, 12-year-old student of hers. Now that's a shitty teacher. And if you couldn't top that, she almost immediately became pregnant with his child. She was sentenced to 6 months in jail and no contact with the student for life. Well, that didn't last long. A month later, she was caught with him again and resentenced to 7 years in prison. Before she began this sentence, she became pregnant with his second child and she gave birth in prison. When Letourneau finally finished her sentence in 2004, she and her student, who is now 21, got married. I don't care. This lady sucks. Number 5, Tonya Neff. This middle school teacher showed up to class prepared by being completely inebriated. Yep, that's right. She showed up to school drunk, stumbling around like a fool. Apparently, she had mixed some prescription drugs with alcohol. Whoops. Some good came of it, though. She got a free ride in a police car and unlimited vacation from her job. Number 4, Pamela Joan Rogers. She's a former elementary school phys ed teacher. I bet you can guess why. At the age of 27, she had a sexual relationship with one of her 13-year-old students. This relationship lasted for 3 months before local authorities caught wind of it and she was arrested. After pleading no contest to shitload of charges, she was sentenced to 9 months in jail and 7 years probation. Well, she kept sending nude photos and videos to the student and turned that 7-year probation into a full-blown 7-year sentence in prison. Good. Number 3, Leonora Rustamova. This high school English teacher used her spare time to write a novel. Normally, this would have been fine. However, she decided that the subject of the book would be 5 troubled teenagers, all of whom were based on her own students. Yep, you can see how this went south. She detailed how the students would flirt with their teacher and a variety of other erotic references. Mrs. Rusty even read excerpts from this book to the class. The real-life students didn't seem to mind, but other people did. Eventually, this book cost the teacher her career, though it's getting published anyway. Whatever. Number 2, Leah Shipman. Here's a real winner. She had an affair with a 15-year-old student of hers. She faced several charges, including statutory rape. But before she could be found guilty, she married the student, which forced the prosecutors to drop the charges. The student's mother actually gave written permission for the wedding, so it was completely legal. But yeah, at least she's not teaching anymore. Number 1, Debra Lafave. This 24-year-old middle school English teacher had an illicit relationship with one of her 14-year-old students. When this was found out, she was immediately brought up on a variety of charges and ended up pleading guilty. Her sentence was 3 years house arrest and 7 years probation. That's right, she didn't serve a single day in prison. On top of that, her house arrest was ended early for good behavior. This case was particularly controversial because it was said that if a man had been the guilty party with a 14-year-old girl, he wouldn't have received the same kind of leniency. Kinda hard to argue with that one. Hey guys, thanks for watching. We put up brand new videos every week, so hit that subscribe button and you won't miss a single one. And remember, if you watched this video at work and you still have a job, then you just dodged the Daily Pink Slip.